All right, hey guys, it's Mrs. Wertz and
Mrs. Turnbull.
we're here to talk to you guys about planners. I know that we visited with you at the beginning of the year and talked about how awesome it was that Miss Flores got the whole school planners. We just want to kind of visit with you and see how things are going and checking in. We were talking the other day at a building leadership team meeting about planners and how they were going in the school, and a lot of teachers said that the kids weren't using them. Some of the kids weren't using them. Some always use them. But then some of the teachers were talking, and we were thinking about successful people that we knew or people that we looked up to, like maybe our parents. That sounds kind of cheesy, but other teachers that we respected.
Other teachers, people who work in the business community, CEOs, COOs. I mean, everybody who we know that is successful keeps a planner of some type. They might be a planner that's written down. It might be a planner on their technology, whether it's their phone or their iPad. Some people who are really successful make enough money to have somebody else keep their planner for them. But the bottom line is that they have a way to keep their life in order. They have a system. And that's what we want for you. We want to teach you these skills so that you can get in the habit of keeping your life in order now, so that when you're successful and you can pay somebody else to do it, then that's even better.
Exactly. And I know some people said that their kids were using them on their iPads, using their calendar on their iPads. And I just wanted to give you a little background. We've done both here at Killo. I know you guys have only been here at the most 2 years, so you don't know what we've gone through with planners, but we've gone through not buying planners for kids. We've bought planners for kids. Then a couple of years ago, or maybe even last year, we tried to use iPads for planners. And the kids just really weren't happy with it because they couldn't type everything in on the days that they needed to, for all their classes. And it proved to be hard for them to get all the details on the calendar days. So this year, Ms. Flores was kind enough to buy everyone a planner because we really felt like that would be the best option. Now, if you're keeping it electronically and that totally works for you, then when we talk today about showing planners and entering things on our planners, then we would expect that you would take that technology out and you would be entering it that way, because it's only good if you have it with you in class. So it's not acceptable if you say, well, I keep it on my iPad, but my iPad's at home, because then it's not a planner for you, because everyone that I know, our planners go everywhere with us. I even have a small planner in my purse, and then I transfer things to my big planner because I can't carry that around with me in my purse. So today what we want to do is just check in. So teachers, we are going to ask that all the kids take out their planners at this point, and we would like for you to write down a list, a handwritten list of kids that do not have their planners in class. If they say they keep it on their iPads, then would you please check and look at their calendar and maybe have them click on a few days and see that they're writing homework for every day, every class, before you count that as their planner. Kids, if you don't have your planner today, maybe it is that one day that you ran out of the house without it, you will have a chance to get your name off this naughty list, so to speak, by after spring break. When we have our next advisory video, we're going to ask the teachers to have you take out your planners again. And then if you have it that day and if you've been writing in it, then you will get off the naughty list. Teachers, if students have their planner but it is blank and they're not writing in it, then could you please make that notation by their name? And then when we come back in, if they are using it and using it as they should, then you can take them off the naughty list then. So let's take a few minutes to accumulate that list, and then we'll check back with you in 2 or 3 minutes. All right, so if today you just didn't bring your planner, or if you are getting on the naughty list because maybe this is the one time you haven't written in your planner, then in a few weeks after you see this video, we're going to have another advisory video, and a portion of that advisory lesson will be teachers, take out your naughty list and let's check and see if we can get anyone off. As you know, you don't ever want to be on any naughty list. So we need you guys to use those planners, and just remember at the beginning of school year, this was not something that we said if you want to, or if you feel like it, or if you feel like you need it. This is not a choice that you have. You do have tons of choices here at Killo, but that is not one. You should have your planner every day in every class. Your teachers are being very diligent and writing their planner points on the board. And so we need you guys to do your part. And even if maybe you think you don't need this now, you're building a skill that you will eventually need. And that's our job as adults, to give you those tools that you need for later on in life. And so you're just rehearsing for when you do need it. And that's super, super important that you guys understand that.
So the other thing we wanted to talk about today is that the planner is not just for your school stuff. Yes, you're writing down your planner points, you're writing down your homework. If you don't have any homework, then you're writing no homework. Because I always hate it when I get home and I'm like, isn't there that one more thing, that one thing, and I can't remember what it is. But if I have no homework written on my planner, or I don't have any grading, never happens, then I know it's not that. And I can start looking for other places where I might have forgotten something. But the other thing we want you to keep in your planner is we want you to keep your personal information in your planner. Okay? Your best friend's birthday, your mom's birthday, your little sister's birthday, your parents' anniversary maybe. Mother's Day is coming up. That's a really important one, people. Write Mother's Day in your planner. Father's Day is in June. So you have all of these big things coming up, and I always hate it when I wake up and I'm like, oh, it's her birthday. And it's like, I want to stop by the grocery store, and then I want to get her a card, and I want to get her a little gift. But then that's the day where it takes us an hour and a half because there's a wreck on 35. And I can't get by the grocery store to get my friend a present because I didn't have it in my planner. So we want you putting that information in your planner. As I make appointments for eye doctors or dentists or anything like that, I put that in my planner as an adult because I don't want to miss those things. Because if you miss an appointment as an adult, guess what? Your doctor still charges you something. It might be $25, it might be $50, but if you no-show, they charge you. So I might as well write it down, look at my planner, and make sure I show up. So teachers, what we're going to do now is we're going to pause and we would like you to help your students brainstorm important things, important personal dates that they might want to put in their planners. This is also a great opportunity to check and make sure they have all of their EOC dates in their planners because those are big dates for us also. So if you'll take a few minutes and we'll be right back.
All right, so we're back. Hopefully you guys have a nice list on your board for everyone to kind of think about. Not everyone's going to have the same dates to put on there. Miss Turnbull's not going to have the same birthdays to remember or the same relatives or whatever. I know she's definitely going to have more friends to put in there than I do. And she's got little like Ava's friends, you know, her daughter's friends. You got to remember those birthdays too. So we're going to give you a few minutes now. We were talking over the break that, you know, we didn't even think about, you guys have soccer games, you have cheerleading practice. Some of that is related to school, some of it's related to things you do outside of school. That should all be in your planner. That is not your parents' responsibility. A lot of you know that your parents forget because they don't write it in their planner. So sometimes you have to be the grown-up, and that's, you know, that's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. Sometimes my daughter reminded me, hey mom, we have to go somewhere, or my 10-year-old even reminded me that we had open house tonight, you know, and I was like, don't worry, I've got it in my planner. So you have other things outside of school that you might want to write in there too that would just pertain to you. So for the rest of advisory, we are going to let you fill in the dates in your planner that you guys brainstormed on the board that apply to you. Maybe you have some other schedules that you have to adhere to, like work.
Yep.
Or maybe you have a project coming up and you're like, oh, I never wrote that due date in. You could add some school dates in there too if you need to.
Driver's ed, your drive times, your class times, any kind of church stuff, volunteer service, anything like that. That goes in your planner.
Yes, and just remember, Miss Turnbull reminded you, if you don't have homework in a class, then you're writing no homework. Because if you leave it blank, you're not going to know if it was supposed to be blank or if you have a test tomorrow or whatever. So make sure that you're using that every day, every class period. And I know when we look in some of our kids' planners, they have everything written in there that they did in class that day. That's not really necessary. I think a planner would be for you to write things that you have to do at home or that you need to remember to bring to school.
Maybe you didn't finish an assignment in class and so you need to go into block lunch and finish it, or you can turn it in the next day. It's for things to just help you remember what's coming up.
Right. So, teachers, and students, we're gonna let you guys have the rest of advisory today to fill in those planners. It is absolutely not appropriate for you to just put your planner away and say, "Oh, thank goodness we're done with this video again," and have free time. You should have your planners out and you should be writing. Teachers, we hope that you will keep that naughty list so that in a few weeks we can refer back and knock some of those names off. If you have a student who's lost their planner, remember, guys, you need to buy another one. It's not you can buy another one, but you need to buy another one, and they're $5 in the main office. So maybe on your phone you need to set an alarm that you need to bring $5 so that you can buy a planner the next time that you are by the office, so you can get off the naughty list. No one wants to be on the naughty list.
I hate being on the naughty list.
I'm never on there, so I don't know. All right, so this is Words and Turnbull signing off.
Have a good day.